Right, Chelsea break the curse of the international break because we never normally manage to get ourselves a win after one of the international breaks, and we have come back and we have won 2-1 away at Leicester. It is a game that had quite a couple of controversial moments in it, and it is a game that I actually believe could have ended up 4-1, 4-0, something like that to Chelsea. So I think the best thing to do right now is to sit and to talk about it with the big dog, channel fan favourite, Josh Aveste. Do not say that we do not treat you. Straight in the studio and straight away ready to talk about Chelsea.
We haven't done one of these in a very long time where we've come straight into the studio. And to be honest with you, I just want to be in the studio more often with you.
I just want to be me.
You actually hurt my feelings sometimes when you don't get me in the studio to talk about Chelsea.
I have never not got you in the studio to talk about Chelsea. I used to have guests on this channel, and now it's just
us chatting
it's just
shit.
us, really, isn't it?
Sorry about that.
Yeah. We should make a joint channel or something.
What? No, I don't. No one would want to watch that, Joey. No one would want to watch it.
No, we have. But
What?
People would. 1,700 subscribers within the first 6 days.
1,705, actually.
Is that what it
if
is?
you want to be precise.
1,705 absolute legends.
Absolute
is what I
hardcore
say.
legends.
Yeah.
Thank you very
They
much.
all love it hardcore.
They all love it
1,700 of
hardcore.
them.
You guys are freaks.
Well,
you know what you've done. You know it.
Speaking of freaks, we have got an episode dropping from that channel tomorrow. It is one of our first ones that we've seriously prepped on. We've got a top editor in for this episode.
Joe, you know who you are. You are a legend.
The production quality is unreal, and we're tackling a new niche.
We are. You know, some people have stops, Joey.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've pulled those away. We've pulled those out.
Yeah.
For this video. We have gone into insane amounts of detail about one of the craziest true crime cases in British history, Joey.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
I thought you were going to carry on.
No, I was waiting for you to come in and explain what it was.
You're always waiting for me to come in. It's a brilliant case, mate. It's about these two Swedish twins. I won't spoil it for you, but make sure you're there tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. on the Joey and Josh channel. It is linked in the description to this video. Now, let's get into the match. Let's get into the main talking points. And as you can see on screen now, here is the starting lineup for the game. This is at least how it played out and how it looked with Cucurella inverting. Obviously, Badia Schill coming in to that starting lineup at the back, which is quite an interesting one because when we look at the B team defenders, if we want to call them that, we've had the likes of the Sassy, Tosin Adarabioyo, and Badia Schill is a man that came in today and a man that I want to speak about towards the end. Now, Romeo Lavia only fit enough for the bench for this one, so Enzo comes back in to join Caicedo, and then you have got Cole Palmer in front, you've got Noni Madueke to one side, João Felix out on that left-hand side, and the best number 9 in world football, Nicholas Jackson, through the middle. What did you think of the lineup when you saw it, mate?
Everyone agrees with that, by the way. In fact, I'm surprised he didn't win the Ballon d'Or.
Who, Jacko?
Yeah, Jacko. Wacko Jacko.
Yeah.
Can you call him that anymore?
Jacko Raban.
Jacko Raban anymore? By the way, I was going to ask you, before we get into individual players, is there a song for Enzo Fernandez? Do you know who would know it?
Matty Dav would know.
Matty Dav would know.
Matty
Big
Dav
shout
would
out to
know.
Matty Dav.
Yeah. I'm really hoping the old Pedro Neto song's going to take off.
Well, you keep on going about it. Do you know the song I had in my head after you were singing it the other day? I had the Makaleli song in my head all the way here.
1 Macca,
2
2 Macca, 3
Macca,
Macca,
3
4 Macca, 5 Macca, 6 Macca, Lily.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, they were the days, mate.
Oh, those were good. No, we got some good songs, and obviously Chelsea is the best one.
Yeah.
By a country mile.
Chelsea's lineup pretty dominant with that lineup, don't we, though? I'd say first 15 minutes or so, we're literally on top, creating chances for fun, and on that quarter of the hour mark, Nicholas Jackson opens the scoring. 10th goal contribution in 12 Premier League games so far this season, and in doing so, showing a real striker's instinct in terms of staying persistent, keeping the pressure on, And when the ball finally drops to you, making sure you are clinical.
But he's wasteful, Jackson, mate.
Oh, he's so wasteful.
Jackson misses so many chances.
Oh,
in fact, do you know what? He's overrated.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Do you know what? I listened to every other Premier League fan, and do you know what? When we were talking on the kickoff and people were castigating him last season, maybe I agreed.
They castrated him.
They completely castrated him. And do you know what? Unfairly so.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He doesn't want to be a eunuch.
No.
He wants to go out there and have fun. He wants to spread his seeds.
Unicorn.
Unicorn.
Unicorn star. Why do you think he's messaging?
Well, who was he messaging? Yeah. We're not bringing that back up, for God's sake. No, Jackson, do you know what? It was almost like he was doing keepy uppies without the ball, wasn't it?
Mate.
Because the way he held onto
that
it.
Faust, right? Is it Faust?
Phase.
Yeah.
Wout Phase.
Phase, yeah.
Belgian, by the way. Everyone loves a Belgian.
The homeless man's David Luiz, by looks.
Sideshow Bob.
Yeah. I've always thought he was rubbish.
Really?
Harsh? Yeah, I don't know why.
I think it is harsh. I mean, he starts in defence for Belgium.
Yeah, he does.
He must be all right.
I know I'm probably wrong. I know there's probably Leicester fans, if they're watching this, that are screaming at the screen right now or whatever, but I don't know why. Do you know what it is? I feel with hair like that, you've got to be good.
Yeah, you do. Well,
you know what I mean?
Well, Cucurella's done it.
That's what I'm saying.
David Luiz has done it.
That's what I'm saying. Look at anyone with that hair.
Yeah.
Show me someone with that sort of hair that isn't good.
What rating would he be on FIFA then?
What rating?
Yeah, out of 100, what would you give him?
Oh, he's a 73.
No, he's not a silver card. I reckon he's a 76.
What rating do you reckon I'd be on FIFA?
I reckon you'd be 99.
I think
to be honest with you, like honestly, they'd have to completely redesign the gameplay of FIFA to get you in the game.
100%
because you were so good. 100% effort, 100% gas, 100% techers.
What do you think?
Maybe
No.
99.
I think I'd be 0% techers.
Okay.
100% effort.
What skill moves would you have?
100% So anyone watching this that played football with me growing up knows I've got one and one only. But if it's
What
not
is it, though?
chop.
It's the Ronaldo chop, is it?
No, not that chop. No. You know the pretend to pass go the other way or pretend to shoot go the other way.
Oh, what, like a fake? So just a fake shot?
Fake shot.
Okay,
fake
that's
shot.
not really a chop. Then.
You're
not even getting to a lamb chop. You're just doing that.
But you know where I haven't played football in so long. Yeah, I went up goals the other day. I say the other day, it was like a couple of months ago or whatever.
Yeah.
And mate, I'm all right.
But put your money where your mouth is, because I've heard this over and over again. I'm getting a bit sick of it.
No, but
you keep saying,
I want you to understand.
I'm really good.
To understand, blah, blah. I'm all right for someone that ain't good.
Yeah, but I want to see
Don't
how.
go
I want to
in
see
there
what you
and
like.
think you're going to see the level that I can box at in comparison to the level I can play football at, because then I can't. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, fine.
But I can.
I want to see you play. I'm desperate to see it. We got to make it happen. In fact, what I would love to do is get a group of the channel fan favourites, the hardcore,
for a
into
kickabout.
a game.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
Let us know if you want that.
Let's talk about the first major incident after that Nicholas Jackson goal, and that is less than 10 minutes after. Right? Who was it that even makes? Oh, it's Ndidi, wasn't it? Ndidi on Cole Palmer. And by the way, can we just have a message for Cole Palmer, because this season, these lot have been kicking him to fucking pieces.
Battered.
Like, it is. I'm sure there's been an underground meeting between Premier League managers.
There's a conspiracy?
19. Yeah, I think there's a conspiracy.
There's an elite.
I think there's an elite, right? I think
in like
that
an
they've all
underground
been
dungeon.
Freemasons type vibe.
Oh my God.
19 of them.
Do they have handshakes?
All go there. They've got shakes, but they don't do it with their hands. Or 19 of them, right? They all go there, and I think there's just a picture of Cole Palmer on the wall, and they say, "Batter that boy."
Is it almost voodoo-esque? Are they sort of pinning sort of pins in a doll, hoping that his ankle breaks?
Yeah, but they're still missing.
They're still missing.
Yeah.
Well, they're trying to, but yeah. Look,
one man who didn't miss was Ndidi.
Well, the attack. Let's call it an attack.
Yeah,
because that's what it was. First of all,
it was assault. Some might say
it was salty.
Yeah.
Is what it was.
Yeah.
It was down the Achilles, studs up, straight into the back of his leg. Mm-hmm. How is that not a red card?
I would say straight red.
I would say two reds.
Now, not only was it nowhere near the ball, it was nowhere near the leg that he was even carrying the ball with.
It was through the back, and it was a foul. It was awful.
So what is it? Why didn't you get sent off early on in the game? You don't want to ruffle the feathers too much and whatnot.
I mean, arguably the ref had a bit of a western.
Well, let's get onto the ref, because 10 minutes later, Samari, is it?
Yeah.
He receives a yellow card for a foul on João Felix. Now, this one might not have been on the Achilles, but again, this one is at more speed, studs off the ground, and, again, absolutely nowhere near the ball.
Is this the one where the play continued on after it? And he was just flung up in the air and okay, right.
He ended up getting a yellow. For me, that
Orange.
should have been a red.
Oh, okay.
No, that should have been a red. And do you know what it is? If the Ndidi one hadn't have happened, then maybe it shouldn't have been a red. But because the Ndidi one happened, I think that, and he got away with it, I think you go, right, well, your mate just got away with it, now you're getting it. Throw the book at you, get off the pitch.
But then remember that,
don't
referee,
let the door hit you on the way out.
If you don't send those two boys off, remember that later in the game. Do you know what I mean? Like, remember that.
Yeah.
Have that same intensity when you're looking at the fouls.
Yeah. There you go. Now, 31 minutes in, we do have the ball in the back of the net. And when we're very dominant, and this is up to that sort of 31, 35 minute mark or something like that, when we're very dominant, a very, very useful and creative outlet who's sort of making up for our injuries and missing players out on the wing is the man with the hair, with the perfect bounce, the perfect volume, and just the perfect man, to be honest. A man that, listen, you know what side I bat for, but if I'm ever turning, it will be for...
Mark Cucurella.
Okay, Cucurella
loves Australia. Do you like Australia?
Do you know what?
As beers go,
Australia's all right.
But if Cucurella's drinking it,
it's probably not top 5 though.
But would you share an Estrella with Cucurella?
Mate, I'd share a lot more than just an Estrella with him. As beers go, it's not top 5.
So he whips a ball in using the power of an Estrella, because he probably had one at half time or pre-match probably.
And a fag.
Yeah, well, there you go. He's a wild man. He whips the ball in, decent cross.
Decent finish. Noni Madueke, the man who apparently does nothing. Noni Madueke, he puts us 2-0 up. But then good old VAR step in to chalk it off. Yeah. So, offside by what? What would you say? Toenail? Fingernail?
Oh, I'd say a tooth.
A tooth?
Yeah.
Baby tooth?
Yeah, baby tooth. Yeah,
I'd say Rizzler paper.
Rizzler paper, fair enough.
Yeah.
You know that intimately. Yeah.
Intensely. Roll from the left. 37 minutes in. Casey McAteer. Terrific little player.
Do you know what? I've followed his career for a long time. He's a very promising young player.
You like very it when he kicks the ball. You like it when the ball goes in the air and he does the headbutt one.
I do. Do you know what? He's got a lot. If he was in FIFA, he'd have a lot of skill moves.
What would he be in FIFA?
Honestly, I think he'd be a bronze.
Yeah, he would be a bronze, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
But either way,
bronze is better than nothing.
He came away with a bronze medal because he nearly scored a goal. And it's at that moment when he nearly pulls one back that there's the warning signs, right? And I start to think, this is the sort of moment, or this is the sort of period of the game, potentially just before half time, when we could concede and we could come back to regret not getting the ball in the back of the net more times when we are so dominant and so on top. Because we're like, Chelsea are like fucking buses, mate. They all come at once. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
do.
We literally always have that period of dominance, and sometimes we get a couple of goals like we did against Brighton and whatnot, but sometimes we'll have like 3-4 opportunities where I'm thinking that should be in the back of the net there. And I get it, because when you're there and you're in the ground, there's that promising feeling, isn't there, of like, oh, this is going well, we're smashing these, like whatever. But ultimately, we do have our periods where, don't take this phrase literally, but from a boxing analogy, right? Like, we gas out, yeah?
Yeah.
Don't take it literally. I don't actually mean fitness-wise.
No,
but a lull comes in, right?
Yeah.
And this is the sort of period. And just after this, right, Robert Sanchez gives an absolute hospital pass to Caicedo. It only helps Leicester win a corner. Robert Sanchez comes. Does he make up for it? Whatever, he punches it out. But what I'm saying is, match in, match out, there will be one opportunity minimum that Robert Sanchez will give away. Is that harsh?
But welcome to Robert Sanchez. We know that. I mean, that's why at the start of the season and throughout, really, I've kind of said that I'm sick of him. I'm done with the Sanchez experiment.
Really?
He's fine. I'm just done with it. I'm just bored of it.
Right, so when I do my research for you guys, when I'm getting my stats for my match previews and reviews, I do end up on some fairly dodgy websites. But I sleep easy at night knowing that I I'm always protected. Thanks to my guys at NordVPN, the fastest VPN on the planet. Nord basically helps you stay safe whatever you do online. Think of those tiny little shin pads that people wear. Obviously, I don't need them because no one can get near me on a football pitch, but they're good to have. They keep you safe. And a VPN works in the same way when you're online. A NordVPN will protect you in just one click when you hit my link, nordvpn.com/Joey9. And you know that I'm traveling left, right and centre at the moment, and when I am away, I like to use NordVPN so I can carry on watching whatever I've been watching back home. It's really simple. Just hit what country you want to sign into, like England, for example, and then you're going to be able to access all of the content that is restricted to that country. And when I get back home, it is all about feeling safe online, and they have got this feature that is unlike anything that I have ever seen. It's called Threat Protection Pro, and what it does is it operates much like Thiago Silva used to do for us. Complete protection from any attacks. Think about when you're clicking a link from an email. That could be a phishing scam, but Threat Protection Pro checks that before you even get put into the site, and that means that you are never exposed. So whatever platform you are on, make sure you keep safe with NordVPN, and you can get 4 months for free when you sign up to NordVPN today. And it's risk-free because it's got a 30-day money-back guarantee, so click the link in the description below. Huge shout out to NordVPN for supporting this channel and in turn helping me bring this content for you lads.
It's got to the point now where it's just, he's not good enough. And we know he's not good enough. Kelleher is a very good option. There are some rumours about this guy coming in.
He's saucy, mate.
Kiyomi Kelleher, I think his name is. Is that what we're saying?
He's saucy.
He should be a number one, but he's not coming to Chelsea, is he?
Why?
Because we've got the Thibaut Courtois regen.
Yeah, what's his name again? Penders.
Mike Penders.
Yeah. But then Kelleher's proven. And he's only 30 million.
Mate, Mike Penders is going to shut you up. Mike Penders is going to make you regret that you even said that.
Do you not get that itch as a Chelsea fan? Like how many months ago was August?
It's 3-4 months.
Yeah, we've not been able to spend a penny on transfer fees in 3-4 months,
I'm getting bored.
I'm getting really...
I'm getting antsy. I'm getting like itchy, like ready to go.
I prefer to do more transfers per season than win matches, really.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's what the reputation of Chelsea is, you know? We just like transfers. Yeah. We want more transfers than points.
Throw big money at players that are completely unproven and won't ever come good. Malo Gusto and Nicholas Jackson. I mean, he was a complete overspend, wasn't he?
Oh, God,
Bring him in off the back of 10 good games for Villarreal. Failed winger, moved him up front, complete. Yeah, no, he didn't look Thierry Henry got all today. I want to speak about Nicholas Jackson towards the end.
Oh, don't worry, we'll speak about Nicholas Jackson.
Listen, we were speaking, right? Half time, we go in at 1-0, and I'm thinking this is all right because I've seen a trait from Enzo Maresca's Chelsea side so far, and that is that we come out better for the second half, really, don't we, right?
Yeah.
And 53 minutes in, right, Noni Madueke pops up with an unreal goal line clearance, doesn't he?
I didn't realise Noni Madueke is so good at defending.
Mate, that goal line clearance was almost a thing of beauty.
It was.
It was. If I'm going to... Can I critique it?
Yeah.
If I'm going to critique it...
Shouldn't have gone for a corner.
If I'm going to say one thing, it was at the wrong goal.
Yeah. But we always rate his defensive ability. Come on, we've said it. We've said it from number one.
João Felix breaks. He almost takes a heavy touch. It looks like the ball's going to get away from him. He gets it onto Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas Jackson squares it across. Now, Madueke's the one running furthest, but Cole Palmer is the man that's going to be able to finish it off. And can I actually sympathise with Madueke?
No.
No?
You can't.
Is it that bad?
It's so bad.
But mate,
it's so bad. Just get out of the fucking way.
He tried to. He tried to get out of the way.
I want you to do one of those ones where you sort of do like your legs in the air like that. I want you to go like 2 legs up.
You know how he jumped high?
No, I want you to go. I want you to get your legs out of the way.
You want Madueke legs spread.
I almost want splits. Or I want sort of like legs up forwards.
Right, okay. So
just get out of the fucking way.
You want Madueke's legs spread for you, is what you're saying.
Mate, that's not the first time I've said that sentence either.
There you go. Yeah. He could have dived maybe across, I don't know. I think that he felt that Cole Palmer had a tap-in, and what do you do with a tap-in?
I mean, you jump high because then he goes along the floor.
Yeah, and that's what Madueke did. He tried to jump out the way.
Yeah.
So
just
maybe
remove your legs.
Cole Palmer was in the wrong.
No. I think if he tried to do that 10 more times, I don't think he could hit Madueke like at 10 out of 10.
I
don't think he
liked
could do
the
it.
fact that they sort of, like
They had some banter
they had that
afterwards.
moment, like you and your missus must do this,
Yeah.
when you had that moment when she pisses you off, you've pissed her off at the same time, and you look at each other, and in that second you realise it's not worth the argument, and you go,
You just go truce. You just go, we know we've done wrong
they
there.
done that, innit?
They had a
Did you
great
see
little
them?
moment.
Did
I
you
rate
see
it.
them? They both stopped. They looked
Yeah.
at each other like this,
Yeah.
and then Madueke went like that, and just smiled at him. I was like,
They've actually got a really good relationship, those two, haven't they?
Yeah.
I rate it. I rate those two. But yeah, fucking hell, what a shit moment. When we're talking about all these moments, by the way, there were other moments in the first half. Like Madueke could have had that volley where the cross comes in and he was at the back post. You remember that? João
could have
Felix
kicked it in the fucking goal hole.
could have kicked it in the goal hole then. João Felix should have kicked it in the goal hole, I think, maybe twice in the first half. I think we could have been 4-0 up at half time. But yeah, didn't go that way.
Now,
But yeah.
after that Madueke mistake, block off the line, whatever.
I mean, unbelievable defending.
Unbelievable defending
Yeah.
for Leicester. We have a 20-minute period where, do you know what? Like, I'm happy. Like, I'm happy with the way we're playing. I'm happy with the way we're defending. But what am I not happy with?
Tell me.
The scoreline.
Yeah.
Because it's 1-0 still.
It's too tight.
And it's too tight in those situations. And one thing Chelsea are not good at, listen, Chelsea are like me after a night out on the beers.
Sloshed.
They're just not
Stumbling
good at keeping,
all over the place.
Not good at keeping
Hungry.
clean sheets.
Hungry.
Okay?
Hungry.
And hungry, yeah.
Yeah. Anything else?
No.
Often a person of crime. Often subject to some crime.
No.
Because, when you're drunk, bad things happen to you.
Well, we've covered that in the Joey and Josh podcast.
Wait a second. We've got a podcast. Don't know about that.
Yeah. We've got a podcast. Big time.
Go and get involved. It's a fucking great channel.
It's only links in the description.
It's only linked in the description.
But there was a few people that were quite concerned that the shit talking would stop on this channel. And it's pretty much impossible,
I think
isn't
we've
it?
proven by the last half an hour that we aren't really stopping the shit chat anymore. Really,
Speaking
are
of half an hour, right?
we? Oh.
Half an hour minus 10 minutes is... Come
20
on,
minutes.
quick maths, 20
20
minute
minutes,
period.
okay.
This is what I'm on about. There's a
I
20
thought that
minute
was a
period.
trick question.
No, there's a 20-minute period in that game after Madueke has that one where it blocked off the line and whatnot, where, as I say, like, we're playing all right. And actually, I think in hindsight, what you can do is give Enzo Maresca the benefit of the doubt and say, Leicester needed a bit of drawing out because they were playing defensively at first and they were forced to play like that. But until they started really thinking, okay, maybe we could nick a goal here and get a draw out of this game or go for it or whatever, I feel like they just had defending on their mind and we drew them out a little bit. And in that time, I was happy with it because, they managed to get further up the pitch and out of their own half. But our defending was fine. Like, I thought we were doing all right, but I wasn't happy with the scoreline, right? When I'm not happy, Mark's not happy.
Oh, Mark is not happy.
Mark's
at
not
all.
happy when I'm not happy.
Mark
because
is pissed.
we've got a telepathy, me and Mark Cucurella.
I mean,
right?
you get on with him very well. You're a little bit too close now.
There you
I
go.
don't know who's closer, you and Mark Cucurella or you and Joe Cole now. I actually think Joe Cole might actually be a bit jealous of the relationship you have with him.
I would say that I have benchmarked it just in case that if he answers to my message, that Joey and Josh channel is becoming the Joey and Mark channel.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go Joey and Joey then.
No.
Because that would work out quite well.
That we
Joey
would work
squared.
out quite well. Cucurella, right? He gets the ball, edge of the box, dinks it over the top, right? Nicholas Jackson, I don't really think has got any right to get there. But why does he get there?
Because he's a fucking man mountain.
Because he's a beast. He's a beast. Yeah.
You know Akinfenwa back in the day on FIFA, how strong he was?
Yeah.
I think Nicholas Jackson might be double.
I think Nicholas Jackson might be double Eddie Hall.
Fuck off.
In terms of
Did
strength.
you know that Eddie Hall's in the Undisputed game, by the way?
Yes.
I fought him and I smashed him up.
Yeah, he's absolutely shit, isn't he? He's rubbish.
But by the way, in real life, I'd be a bit worried about him.
I wouldn't. Run rings around him.
Let's make that fight. Eddie, if you're watching right now, Joey Knight wants it.
Do you know what? I'm going to put my neck on the line and say Eddie's not watching this. To
Oh,
be honest,
Eddie loves it.
Yeah, I don't think he's
Eddie
watching
loves it.
Chelsea post-match reviews.
Someone will send it to him.
Yeah, there you go. Jackson gets his head on it,
Yeah.
and the keeper, he spilt a few straight into the line of goal today, didn't he? Like
did.
he did it with the Cole Palmer tap in that Noni Madueke got on the end of, and he also did it for this one. Who pops up? A man that I have sung from the rooftops about, time in, time out, and said, stop being harsh on him. You just don't see the assist and the good side of his game, and he's really good at defending and whatnot. It's Enzo Fernandez. So I think it's a good time for both of us to just acknowledge that, you know, I've given him an easy ride and I've not been harsh on him, and I've never questioned the transfer fee or the playing ability or that Romeo Lavia should be starting over him, and I feel vindicated.
I think your talent ID, Joey, I think we need to talk about it.
What?
I think we need to talk about it. Because the comments right now, they're going to be saying one thing and one thing only. They're going to be saying, you slagged off Enzo Fernandez over and over again. You wanted Romeo Lavia. I said it as well, by the way. But do you know what? It's good to have him back.
Give me two beautiful women.
Back in the day, I'm going to go Pamela Anderson. Do you remember Pamela Anderson?
Yep.
In their prime.
And Trish Stratus
And
from WWE.
Trish Stratus.
There you go, right? Okay. Who do you want? You can only have one.
Well, who do you want?
No, who do you want?
I'd probably go, back in the day, Pam. I'd probably go Pam.
Does that mean Trish is shit?
Well, according to this, yeah, you can only have one. If
There
you're a
you go.
Chelsea fan,
There you go.
If you're
There's
a
the
Chelsea
logic.
fan, you can only have one.
There is me breaking it down in layman's terms, yeah. And do you know what? I do think our midfield is a little bit easier to play through with Enzo Fernandez.
Yeah, it
but
is.
I also think that there's other areas we excel in when Enzo Fernandez is there instead of Romeo Lavia.
Can I give you some stats?
Caicedo is the one you can, but can I just say Caicedo's the one that there's no alternative. There is no alternative. There's no Romeo Lavia and Enzo Fernandez, for example. Dewsbury, who? There's none of that, right? Sorry, Kiernan, but either way.
Actually, Dewsbury Hall, you're fine. He's been getting better.
He's all right. He's all right. But what I'm saying is Caicedo is, to quote Beyonce,
Numero uno.
no, to quote Beyonce,
Go on.
you must not know about me. You have enough of you in a minute. What's the name of the song?
Don't know.
Irreplaceable.
Oh,
God,
sorry.
where were you in year 7, mate?
Jesus Christ, mate. I haven't been watching Beyonce
Irreplaceable
in
to the
ages.
left, to the left. That's
Yeah.
the right, but either way. Caicedo's irreplaceable. Enzo Fernandez and Romeo Lavia have been battling it out. Enzo Fernandez comes into this match, and let's be honest, mate, he was fucking brilliant. Hit me with the stats.
The stats are 90 minutes played, 1 goal, 1 assist, 79 touches, 84% pass completion, 3 key passes, 1 big chance created, 1 shot on target, 7 out of 9 ground duels won, 2 clearances, 1 interception, and 5 successful tackles.
He loves playing at the King Power Stadium, this boy, doesn't he? Do
Mate.
you remember the ball over the top to João Felix? Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird that like all of that change, all of the come-ins and the go-ins and the shiftings and the shapes and whatever, and 2 seasons on from that turbulent random season, we rock up to Leicester, batter them with a helping hand of Enzo Fernandez and João Felix.
Graham Potter knew what he was talking about, Joey. All
No,
along.
he doesn't. He keeps doing interviews and pissing me off recently, Potter.
He speaks like a politician, doesn't he? Like when he goes, yeah, it was a very tough time, and the board came in and they obviously hired a lot of people and brought in a lot of players, and we had 30 players in the playing squad, and it was a turbulent moment. But I tried my best at the time.
Do you know
and
what?
I wanted other players out.
Do you know what made it a
was
tough
okay.
time? Fact, you were a shit manager. Fuck off.
Can I just say one of my favourite moments of all time was seeing Graham Potter in that first Champions League game where he dressed up in the turtleneck.
Yeah.
I thought he looked exceptional in that moment.
you know-
and I was proud for him.
Can I tell you what, right? The old pot dog, he was pretty good in the Champions League.
Mate, you need to fucking go back and rewatch Pot Dog's football, because Pot Dog's football was actually half
Do
decent.
you think Graham Potter would have like
Come
would
good.
would have come good under? You see, like I think like. Do I think Enzo Maresca is a better manager than Graham Potter at this moment in time? Yeah, I do. Like, I genuinely do. Graham Potter's maybe a little bit more proven, I would say, but at the same time, like, did Graham Potter ever win the? Did he win the championship? He didn't. No, he didn't win the championship. No, he won.
I don't think he's won a trophy.
He's won a Norwegian league or something like
What,
that.
an Allsvenskan, I think he
I
won,
don't
didn't
know
he?
where the fuck he won one.
Yeah,
but
but
either way,
I
what
don't
I'm
know if
saying
he
is
did.
Enzo Maresca, in terms of actually winning something, is a little bit more proven than Graham Potter. But what I would say is I think that not only the fact that we've got a good manager now has helped us out massively, but the fact we've got the S word, stability. Yeah.
The
C word,
Okay.
consistency.
Fucking hell. The
Yeah.
F word?
The F word,
Flexibility.
frequency.
Flexibility.
Yeah. The P word, potency.
Potential? Oh, okay. Fine. All right.
The S word,
I'm done. Gone.
with a shit.
With okay,
I
he's
can think
taking
of
it
any
back.
S words.
He's taking
but
it
either
back.
way, do you think if we had this structure, that was the fucking word.
Yeah.
If we had this structure, do you think Graham Potter would have
Much like the playing squads, I think if we had have given him a bit more time, I think it would have come good. I honestly do. He was a project manager and we didn't give him the project. We didn't give him the time to build a project. So I feel sorry for Graham Potter. Maybe I'm a Potter apologist, but do you know what? I actually don't mind having that title because he was all right. He'll have a good career in the future. He'll go to I could see him at Newcastle when Eddie Howe leaves. I could see him going there.
I don't think the Saudis would appoint Graham Potter. I think
Where's he going then?
He's not sexy.
Oh, I'll tell you where he's going next. I actually know it.
Where?
And it's going to happen, I think, in January of this year. I think,
Wolves.
bloody hell, mate. I think High Line is going to be ripped up.
No way. You reckon Potter
I think
at Spurs?
Potter will end up at Spurs 100%. I might actually put some money on it. And now, if you want to make some money, put some money on that bet because that's going to happen.
Graham Pochettino.
Well, where's he? Graham Pochettino. Yeah, what a combination.
Who would you put the bet on with if you just out of interest?
If you were going to put the bet on with anyone, let me think of a really good bookies that I really like and use all the time. Is it called State
I'd go
Mate?
State Mate.
Yeah,
I'd go State Mate,
State Mate
probably
is the one,
myself. Yeah,
actually.
definitely, I'd go State
That's
Mate.
a very good one. And do you know what? While you're there, why don't you join the Joey and Josh squad?
Oh my God, the Joey and Josh squad. That must be going mental.
I mean,
at the
it's
minute.
actually called the Joey United squad, but
Joey
don't
United
worry
squad,
about
yeah,
it.
but
I'm in it anyway, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, just toss him to the side, I do, don't I? Just treat him awfully.
Oh yeah, have we made any money yet? What can you remember what your bet was?
I should have a look.
Yeah. There you go. Because we got some money on this weekend.
Tell them
Little
about the squad.
fourfolds. But about the squad, basically, you can join it. You can have a chat directly with us. We're in there every week. We're talking with all of you already. There's already like 50 odd people in there.
We're talking all the time.
You can get in there and you
I've
can
been
say,
sending nudes in.
you can say, Joey, I really like your tan. Where do you keep going on a holiday to get a tan as glorious as that? You're bronzed to a level in which I'm very, very jealous of. And in fact, lots of people in the chat are doing that right now. They're just saying, and they're giving almost like style tips. Do you know what I mean?
At this moment in time, it's offering me an early payout.
Don't ever take the early payout.
Nah. I backed Aston Villa to beat Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace at this moment in time are beating Aston Villa.
Fuck off.
2-1. I backed Brighton to get the away win against Bournemouth. Brighton are currently 2-0 up.
With a red card.
At Bournemouth. Oh,
With a red
I
card.
backed Brentford to get the away win against Everton, and that's 0-0 with
With
10
a red
minutes
card
to go.
for Brentford.
Oh, yeah, that's probably not
it's-
coming in. Now it's only offering me 43 pence. So it's probably happened. But either way, it's a good app. Anyway, back to the match and back to the controversies because Leicester felt they should have had a penalty. Because did you know Wesley Fofana?
Yes.
Did you know he can't teleport?
I didn't know that. I actually thought he had that telekinesis-esque ability.
No, he's not
I thought he was.
telekinesis-esque at all.
I thought he was. You know, if he was a Pokemon, I thought he'd be Mewtwo-esque.
Yeah, because obviously you watched the commentary.
Yeah.
I think I was watching the TNT commentary.
BT Sport, really,
big up
isn't it?
TNT for the moment until Frank Warren goes to the zone and then just big up the zone.
No, don't say that.
There are guys, but no, like all the commentary, they were acting as if it was a Stonewall penalty, mate.
I know. It was a weird one. Like, what can you do? You can't get out of the way.
Mate,
it wasn't a penalty. And the fact that the crowd were on it as well. Like, and do you know there was a moment in which they showed it on the screen. They were like, "Oh, it's a fucking clear penalty." I mean, what can you do as a defender these days?
Mate, honestly, like, I'm not being funny. He goes across the front of him and they go, oh, well, he makes no attempt to get out of the way. Well, no, hold on, because the player's trying to win the penalty. So to make the attempt to get out of the way, he'd have what? Run off the pitch.
Are you meant to dive? Are you meant to Superman
carried
it?
on at the speed and dive straight into the fans whose club you left and now pretty much hate you and have been booing you all match, by the way.
Yeah.
Or, do you realise the player's gone past you? He doesn't pull a leg back, anything like that. He makes no attempt to make any contact with the player. The player goes down, So what? Your problem, mate. Piss
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, honestly, the whole penalty issue, but
do you
the
know what?
referees
But
had
do
a
you-
stinker.
Do you know what? Can I just say, and to not play devil's advocate, but do you know who agreed? Both said they thought it was a penalty.
Go on.
Crouchy and Joey Cole.
Joey Cole didn't say that.
He did.
Your mate Joey Cole
He
would
did.
never say that.
He did. I texted him, WTF, kiss.
And then you called up Crouchy and said, fucking hell, Crouchy.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I crawled up him.
Like a ladder.
Yeah. No, but either way, it wasn't
It wasn't
a
a
penalty.
penalty.
Again,
Similarly, the second one also wasn't a penalty.
listen, apparently it's a penalty if they fall over.
I mean, fucking hell, we do sound like sour grapes here, but fuck me. If you watch that penalty shout back, he trips over before anywhere near the defender goes for him. And do you know what really annoyed me is the VAR, they had the reverse camera angle, and the reverse camera angle makes it look really bad. But when you actually watch it from the camera angle that you see the TV on, it's very clear. One leg goes into the other. He falls over. He's falling over way before the defender makes contact with him.
Either way, I want to touch on this penalty, right? Now,
all right,
I'm never going to say that a goalkeeper should save a penalty, right?
Ooh.
Because, right, it's a guessing game, yeah? When you guess the right way, then I think you can make an exception if it is Tony Cruz banging that penalty in for Bayern Munich and Peter Cech guesses the right way or whatever. Did Cruz score against Cech? He did, didn't he?
He did. Cruz
Yeah.
was one of the ones that did score, yeah.
But
Don't worry about it, though. The rest of them didn't, and the
Yeah.
rest is history.
But yeah, hold on, Robin. But when you guess the right way, and Jordan Ayew hits it at the perfect height,
Was near the corner.
nowhere near the corner,
No.
and you get a hand to it, and it goes in. I think Sanchez got to be doing way better for that.
Harsh.
Is that harsh?
Yeah, it's harsh.
Is it? Why? Because it's wet.
It's harsh just because
Wet and windy.
It's penalty. It's one of the last minutes. It doesn't actually really mean that much.
Well, it doesn't mean
really.
that much because
Clean
the clean
sheet.
sheet record.
Yeah, but we've got Robert Sanchez in goal, mate. We're not going to be getting a lot of clean sheets for the rest of the fucking season. We've got to put the goal in the goal. We've got to put the ball in the goal hole.
And listen, in hindsight, things are fine. But I'm like,
We're
there
fine.
could have been
The result, the two false penalty claims make it look like it's really bad. But
So-
actually, we should have been 5-0 up in the
So can you
fucking
only
first
learn
60
from the
minutes.
mistakes you make then in life?
Honestly-
Can you not learn from times you nearly can you have not had a near miss? You walk out into that road, you don't look left, you don't look right, car comes speeding across, you go, fucking hell. But do you know what? I'm going to continue to not look left and right because that car didn't hit me. No, you can learn from mistakes that you don't make in life. And I think Robert Sanchez should be looking at that and going, if I'm Robert Sanchez, yeah, I know like people are going to say, who are you to criticise a top level footballer and whatever. If I'm Robert Sanchez, I'm very disappointed that I didn't save that penalty.
But Joey also, what he isn't saying is he's got very strong hands. You've got very strong hands and very strong forearms. And so if you were going to do it, do you know what you would have done? You would have fucking punched that ball. If that ball was going towards your bottom right, I think it was for Sanchez, you would have fucking smacked it.
And I would have timed it so perfectly and put the right amount of spin on it. It would have gone straight onto Jordan Ayew's head.
Yeah,
knocked him unconscious.
out. I think you would have punched the ball. I think it would have exploded.
Yep.
I think it would have just completely popped.
There you go. But either way,
I think that's harsh, Joey.
either way, and you can think it's harsh. I think he should have done better for it. You lot tell us in the comments. Is it harsh or should Robert Sanchez have done better once he goes the right way? If you get a hand to it, do you think he should have kept that out? I thought it was the perfect height penalty to be saved, to be honest. And he didn't really dive across the goal all that much either. But either way, we get the win. 2-1. Now, a 2-1 win away from home is a good result.
Sounds all right.
But it sounds like a close result, doesn't it?
It does, and there's like levels of clean sheets, aren't there, or non-clean sheets. There are levels in which you win a game 1-0 and you go, oh, actually, that probably should have been a draw. The game that sticks in my mind,
Palace.
game should have been, the game
Oh,
that
sorry, we won.
it should have been a draw.
Bournemouth,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's one of those games you go, yeah, fair enough, probably should have been a draw. This is one of those games where you're like, probably should have been a clean sheet. Probably should have been 3-0.
4-1, I would say.
Yeah, fair enough.
But then one,
Fair
like
enough.
really, 4-0. 4-0.
I think it should have been
if you look
4-0.
at it, if you look at it like this, right? Noni Madueke's one, should it have been offside? Yeah. Is this a Chelsea channel?
Yeah.
So should it have been offside?
No.
Shouldn't have been offside.
The one where Noni Madueke should have done the splits, should have just done the splits.
Just do the splits.
It's not even that complicated, the splits.
No, it's that simple.
I mean,
really,
Joey literally
either of us
eats
would
his
have just-
muesli in the morning doing the splits.
There you go. Either of us would have just done the splits and
Yeah.
we'd have got that one straight in the fucking goal hole. And then obviously the 2 goals that we did score. So either way, I think it's a 2-1 in, terms of how it will go down in the history books, but it felt like a bit of a 4-0 game to me.
This was one of those games you just go, yeah, we won it. Like, let's just move on.
Next.
Like, we've
Not
just
bothered.
done it. Maresca's beating his old team. Wesley Fofana's gone back and he's still a fucking beast. He's had to play at right back. He's done absolutely fine. Enzo Fernandez is back, screaming it, looking absolutely brilliant. João Felix is in the team. I thought he was average, but actually, do you know what? He's all right. Nicholas Jackson is one of the best players in history.
I thought João Felix was pretty good.
He smacks the ball over the top of the goal a little bit too often. Get it on target,
Only
João.
twice.
Get it on target, mate.
Yeah, I know, but...
João Felix, there's one lesson that I'll say to you right now as a professional coach. I would say put the ball in the goal.
That's a bit of advice. And if you can put the ball in the goal more than they put the ball in your goal, you're always going to have a good chance of winning the game.
Or just individually, João Felix, if you could put the ball in the goal more times than you put the ball outside of the goal,
you're going to have a good chance of scoring.
You're going to have a good chance of being a pretty decent player.
Yeah, as long as the goalkeeper doesn't save it.
Yeah, but don't worry about the goalkeeper. He smacks it so hard. The goalkeeper's not an issue.
There you go. There you go.
Don't worry about
Caicedo vibes.
Yeah.
He tried that against day, didn't he? It swerved
I
off all over
fucking
the
loved
gap.
it. Do you know what? Fuck it. He could do whatever he wants, boys. This guy's
We're going to go on to man of the matches, but
It's
before we
obvious,
reveal
Joey.
before we reveal it, can I give some honourable mentions or a honourable mention?
Well, unless it's the person that I'm going to say, then no, you can't say it.
Well, no, I can. So here's what I'm going to do, right? Here's what we're doing here, right? Now, if we I think every single week before the match begins, we could give out a man of the match trophy to one player every single week. To be fair,
Cole Palmer.
no,
No, just stop it.
no.
But we know that Cole Palmer's going to win man of the match most often. Really.
More often than the player I'm about to say. But if you're in terms of a banker, if you're in terms of an absolute banker. Yeah.
If you're going to put money on it.
Oh, you're jogging onto the pitch. Oh, it is a man of the match trophy because I know you're going to give me an 8.8. Who is it?
Moises Caicedo.
Moises Caicedo
What
could
a
win it
fucking
every
legend.
week. So let's not touch on him too much and let's speak about other players who I think surprised me today and performed really well. And we will get to the eventual man of the match. I want to give a big shout out to my boy Benoit Badiashile. Okay? Because Always rated him.
You love him.
To be
You've
fair,
never said we should sell him.
To be fair, I'm actually one of the people
You
that
have been backing him, actually.
has actually backed him.
And I'll put my hands up now and just say I'm probably one of the people that hasn't been backing him.
And it was one of the videos when I said I thought Benoit Badiashile was pretty good today, and I got hammered in the comments. But to be fair, you lot were right. I was actually wrong.
Yeah.
He wasn't that good. What it was he was involved in a little bit of classy forward play, and that was enough for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just blindsided
You're an easy
me
man to please, aren't you?
there you go. I was like, I like that pass.
Yeah.
I like that boulder.
Yeah.
That is a nice boulder. Right.
If you can quote that film, let us know.
What film is it?
Yeah.
Tell us in the comment section below.
'Cause I don't know.
Badiashile, good game. I thought he was involved, wasn't he, in the first goal? Wasn't he in the build up to that goal? Didn't really put a foot
Thought
wrong.
he looked really solid.
Didn't give me any nervous vibes.
I like that
and
three.
I
like
think
that three, how that works.
This is what I'm gonna say, mate.
Yeah.
This is what I'm gonna say, right? Yeah. If Cucurella inverts and as always, I'll bring it back. Horses for courses, yeah? Different matches require different strokes for different folks. But if Cucurella's inverting there, right? I love Malagusto. Brilliant.
You absolutely love him.
Brilliant.
Actually, to be
And I
fair.
do love him.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's bad having Benoit Badiashile, Levi Colwell, and Fofana over on the other side. Before we go, we'll touch on Levi Colwell because did you see what happened at the final whistle?
Yeah, he was on the floor for ages.
Went
wasn't
down
he?
injured, yeah.
It didn't look good. I didn't see him get up, actually.
No, and we got a game, Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah.
I mean, we got the Europa League game, but he's not going to play in that one.
But you
either
know
way.
what? It's not that a difficult game, really, is it? So, you could be all right.
Should get absolutely
Can
smash.
I just say, Levi Cole is becoming one of my favourite players, actually.
He's a boss, isn't
I
he?
actually really like Levi Cole.
He's an absolute boss.
He's a fucking legend.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be great. And
Good,
like I
close
said,
personal friend of mine.
Really?
I was sat next to him in the barbers, wasn't I?
God, who aren't you sat next to at the barbers? I mean, fucking hell. Half the barber story, half of the Chelsea squad must go to your barbers.
They do, most of them, yeah.
Yeah, well, don't say where it is.
When I was moving a new sofa in, some fellas ran out in front of my car. I told you this already.
Yes.
And the bloke was like,
yeah.
Joey. And I'm like, this is weird. I went, all right, mate. And he went, bruv, Cole Palmer's in there. And I went, is he? And he went, yeah, bruv, you got to go and get a selfie of him or something. And I was like, do you know what it is? Like, I'm 30. Mate, I love Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
Like, I'm 30. I'm not, you know what I mean? It's a bit weird almost go inside. Like,
can we have a little dedication just now to Cole Palmer? We know you do watch the podcast, and we just want to say, we absolutely love you.
we love you.
We love you so much, and congratulations on releasing your girlfriend. Publicly. They did.
Has he done that?
They did a little soft. We call it a soft launch in the industry. They did a soft launch of the girlfriend at a recent award ceremony.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
So she's out there public now.
Nice bit of crumpet.
And it's not Amelia Dimmelenberg or Dimmendomberg.
Oh.
Can you say her name?
No.
Chicken shop date girl.
Oh, what? Did people think it was her?
No, but she, she's always flirting with everyone. And
She
was at
pissed
the
me off.
award
Do you remember
ceremony.
when she was doing the dancing with Mount when he was injured and he's putting up TikToks and
Yeah.
whatnot? But look, listen,
But do you know what?
How can I
Nothing's
slag
gone
a
wrong with
player
Mason
off
Mount.
that's how can I slag a player
Yeah.
off that it's gone so well for since he left the club? So Ben, what about his show? I'll give an honourable mention to.
others?
Really hard to not pick Nicholas Jackson because I think that. You know what you usually see from Nicholas Jackson, which is, and I'm not saying he
Class.
hasn't become more clinical, but like breaking on them, taking that ball on the turn, the elegant touches, the way that he looks like he's going to get knocked off the ball, but then doesn't, and then creates something and links up so well with the front line, right? Controversial take. I didn't see all that much of that today. What I did see was a vintage number 9 performance from the second best number 9 in the Premier League. I'm
Fuck
having
off.
it there. I'm battling out him with Isaac.
No.
I think Nicholas Jackson's better. I know Isaac's coming into form, mate. But honestly, I think Jackson's better. Havertz who? I don't even know who the fuck that fella is. Only Watkins. You might as well be a left winger now. Nicholas Jackson's a fucking boy. And he showed that today. Striker's instinct. But the man of the match obviously does have to be the one and only.
I'm disagreeing with you, actually.
You don't think it's Enzo Fernandez?
I
no?
don't think it is. I thought that was a completely wrong choice, actually.
Really?
I thought Nicholas Jackson deserved to be man of the match.
Yeah.
Thought he was absolutely fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
He set up that second goal.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I actually think he's underrated in terms of this performance. I think, for me, I'm just going to put it out there right now. Jackson was my man of the match. Enzo, you were brilliant. Jackson was better.
I wouldn't argue it, you know.
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't argue it. Should we let them decide?
Let them decide.
You lot decide. But while you're deciding, do us a massive favour. Hit the link in the description. Subscribe to Joey and Josh. The podcast, the true crime one about them Swedish nutters, goes up tomorrow, 10:30am. And if you're into your true crime, you're going to love this. And honestly, we have banked a couple of episodes now. Should we give them a little teaser?
Yeah,
of
go
what
on.
we got?
Tell them what the episodes are going to be. Tell them the next episode.
The next episode that you guys are going to get, and if you're our age range, which a lot of our viewers will, you're going to love this one. It is all about growing up in the 2000s. That's obviously the episode after the one that drops tomorrow morning, by the way, which is the true crime episode. Then we got a nostalgia episode, growing up in the 2000s. We are talking Pokemon.
Yes, we're talking Digimon.
We're talking Crazy Bones.
We're talking aliens that reproduced, but actually that was an urban myth and they never reproduced.
We're talking Beyblades.
We're talking Modern Warfare 2.
We're talking Dragon Ball Z.
We're talking RuneScape.
We're talking Just Do It bags. If you were really cool at school.
We're talking layering of t-shirts with popped collars, two
And we're
layers.
even talking about taking the V plates off.
Fucking hell.
We are, aren't we?
Damn, we do talk about that.
We do talk about that.
You
So
all
if
wanted
you
to
want
know.
all of that, make sure you're over there. Subscribe. Let us know your thoughts in the game. And we love you all. I will see you all in the next one.